So chapter number 2 is about sets. We are going to study 8 subtopics in sets. This chapter is very important because after this one, we are going to study probability. So if you know this chapter already, you can just skip it. But if you have forgotten, if you need to review, just quickly watch the videos and solve some related problems. So as you can see, there is nothing new here from the IGCSE topics. They are exactly the same. So we will go one by one. I will try to make one video per each part. For part A separately, for part B separately. So some of them will be short, some of them will be a little bit longer. So let's get started with the sets. The first one is about the notation, definition of set. So what's the set is? Set is collection of distinct numbers or object. You can just need to make a group. Set is a group, making a group. For example, the students in our classroom. How many students we have? 5 students. So this is a set. Or you can say the animals which live in my apartment. For example, not that many, but still a group. You can expand this set as animals who live in my city, in my country, or in total Earth. So the group can get bigger or smaller. It depends how you denote the set. So how do we show the set? Usually with the capital letters, with the A, B, C, and we put after the equality, and we put curly brackets to indicate, to write inside what kind of sets I may have. For example, I may have a set of 4 different letters of alphabet, A, B, C, D. Or I can have a set of numbers, which are 7, 8, 10, and 21. For example, my group of 4 numbers. Or you can write a set of some capitals of some countries, let's say the Paris, London. Okay, let's say into. So this one is said, there are some notations. When you see this notation, it means element. For example, A, from the first one here, A is element of my set A. Or B is element of my set A. If you put just across it, it means is not element. For example, E is not element of A. And with this notation, what do we show? The number of elements in my set. We just count how many numbers you have. For example, number of A, how many elements do I have? 4. For example, in C, number of C, how many elements do I have? 2. Okay, just definitions. And some more definition which you need to know. Equality, when 2 sets are equal, when you put this equality, when they have exactly the same elements. And there is a subset. You may have a big group and a smaller group inside. So if you have some smaller groups, we call it subsets, subgroups. And some notations. This one means if there are 2 types, with equality and without equality, means that A is subset of B. It might be equal. A set can be its subset itself. For example, here in the above example, A, B, C, D can be subset of if I can also write it like this. It's possible. It's a subgroup of itself. Or the smaller group, for example, group of A, B can be a subset of the bigger group A, B, C, D. Okay? And when we call it proper means when there is no equality there. Just different. This one is proper and this one is just a subset, general one. And how do we show empty set? This notation, circle and across the circle, empty, or in curly brackets. When we do not write nothing, we call it empty set. Finite set, define it. Okay, usually we will call the sets finite. We will deal with the finite set, and also we might have infinite set, which does not have an end. Okay, let's go over the problem. Here I have, it's exactly the same question from your book. It's kind of general question. It includes every part of definition. Now, what do I have? I have P, the set of letters of the word amateur, and Q, the set of letters of the word team. list the elements of P and Q. Okay, how we are going to do it? P. It's a letters. We deal with the letters. Curly bracket, and I put A, M. Okay, there is a second A. I don't have to repeat my letters. I need to only write once. Then it goes T, E, U, and R. And for the Q, how do we list the letters? As they're all different, it will be T. And it was part A. Part B, what do you need to do? We need to list, not the list, find the numbers of P. So normally in my amateur board, I have 7 letters, but in my inside the group, I have 6 different letters. And number of Q, how many elements I have? 4 elements. Now, we need to decide whether each statement is true or false. U is an element of Q. This one was element. Is it correct? U, I can say, is U. No, it's not correct. I do not have U. So the first one is false. The second one, it says R is not element of Q, which is correct. True. Yes, it's not element. The third one, P is subset of Q. Is it correct? P is subset of P is bigger group than Q, so it can't be a subset. You cannot be. You have bigger group. You cannot be subgroup of some smaller than you. So it's false. And the last one, Q is proper subset of P. Do I have this exactly? Yes, so it's correct. True. So this one is lesson number 1 about sets.